people of the interwebs, it's that dude in the hat, and welcome to finally another Let's Play. I said I'd go through every single Metroid in chronological order, including reboots, and I still mean it. So, the second step in that quest is my favorite Metroid game, Metroid Zero Mission. This is a full remake of the first one, but on the Game Boy Advance. I'm not going to have things be slow or anything. I'm just going to go in. I'm going to make a copy of this one. Can I make a copy? Yes. I'm making a copy because when you start a new game from a copy, you get... First of all, you unlock hard mode when you beat the game, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to play on normal. Planet Zebes. I called this place home once, in peaceful times, long before evil haunted the caverns below. Now, I shall finally tell the story of my first battle here, my so-called Zero Mission. Samus Aran. Woohoo! So, what you also get is this. This is light spoilers for what we will see in the game, sure. But this is pickups. Everything you can pick up, and you've got a little game timer at the bottom. So, this is a remake of Metroid 1, right? So, what it is it's a remake in the Metroid Fusion engine. Some of you probably don't even know what that means. But on the standards of gameplay that Super Metroid set. So, you've got your octagonal aiming. You can you know, aim from a... You can shoot from a squat. You can aim diagonally. You can shoot. You can aim down while falling. Octagonal, all that junk. Wall jumps. It's very nice. But it's still Metroid 1, so it's still go left. And you get the Morph Ball. It even tells you what it is. And you get shown this little screen where it tells you that you can double tap down on the D-pad to take ball form and gain access to narrow passageways. Now, I will disclose right now, I'm technically using a hacked version of the game that fully adds in a toggle, which was a cut feature in this game. It was going to be a thing because you can enable something similar using Game Shark codes, which implies that this mechanic was intended. But this adds it fully functionally to everything. And I have it on because I want to show you how well built this game is. Because I will be showing as much as I can about this game. It's one of my favorite it is my favorite Metroid game and one of my favorite games of all time. But, you know, you go on, you do your normal stuff. This room would be, you know, it's kind of familiar, right? Right? Look back at my terrible old Let's Play, and you're like, yeah, no, you can see it, right? Kind of familiar. It's like right above where Kraid and Lower Brinstar are. Right? This is familiar, you go here, but then... What? A Chozo statue, and it's standing. We hop in. And it points us where to go. This is a mildly contentious... Actually, it's not really. To me, it's a questionable mechanic, but I do understand because it's a portable game. But also, it doesn't tell you where to go, it just tells you where the next suggested pickup is. So this game, it adds a few nice little tweaks. It seems more linear than the original, and in some ways it is, but it only seems that way. You go up these much nicer clean corridors, and you go, well, normally, well, according to Metroid 1, I'd go right at this door, then go down, head right again, and get missiles. But I can't. I need the long beam. And on your first playthrough, you probably, you know, you'll go and continue up, being like, okay, fine, I guess I'll explore. You'll end up right up here. Shoot out that because you can. Find this door, not a missile door, unlike in the original game. And you'll find the long beam. You know, it'll tell you, oh, you can now finally fire long shots, and it'll introduce you to the diagonal aiming by pressing L. You know, now you've got a nice long beam. Can shoot all that junk away. And so you'll, you know, go and continue up. I don't know why I'm talking in this specific manner. I feel like I'm talking like a guide, not like a let's play. But you'll look through here. It forces you to see the area you have to unlock by killing Kraid and Ridley. Then you go this way. You go back. And you actually have to come this way because you see how this door is locked? Can't open it? The door back over here on the right that you have to go through is locked until you look through there. So you'll come and you'll see, oh, I can finally get, oh! That happens. So, if you know how to, wall jump up here makes dealing with it easy. But you'll see, oh, this door is unlocked now. It'll only unlock when that side hopper spawns, and that side hopper only spawns when you've been through the door on the left. But you go through here, you find another Chozo statue, and I believe this one points you to bombs? So it'll point you all the way nicely, just tucked away over there. Bombs. Okay. And that would be the next thing you typically get anyways. Well, no, not the next thing, but, well, yes, actually, because you typically already have missiles by now. But you go, okay, you open, and you're like, ah, finally, I can open that. But you didn't need the long beam in the first place. Yeah. Okay, you go, you see, okay, can't go through there. Through there is a save room. And you run. You go down and, okay, it's normal missiles from here, right? But the room is shaky. This game does a little bit more than just reshuffle things. You get missiles, you're introduced to the concept. And if you try to push forward like you do in the original Metroid, you'll see that you need bombs. You can't just push forward blindly. But when you turn back, you'll see that this is a little bit more than just a reshuffle of the original game. It adds stuff, like this boss fight. Basic stuff, it lunges at your general direction, you want to shoot it in the eye. If you don't shoot it enough, like that, you have to hit it 3 times before it decides to run away. Because it'll just decide to run away. And then, if you're like me, when you first play this, and you're like, oh, shoot. Well, actually, if you're like me the first time you play this, you do get them the first go. But if you're like me the second time you play it, and you don't get them the first go, you're like, ah, shoot, I missed them. But don't worry. You didn't really. Yeah, you get these annoying buggers. Yeah, they're back. You get to this room. Nice little fun room. You kill the things. You take out the weird hives. takes forever. Now, I actually don't know. I'm going to show you as many sequence breaks as possible, but I'm actually going to try to do this in order. Right here, missiles. And you'll see, oh, you get a second chance at the boss. Of course, he's re-healed. That's fine. Because by now you should hopefully understand what you're supposed to do. Yeah, you can just run through this. That's a nice, fun little speedrunning trick. Just leave. Because you have to come back this way. Well, you don't have to, but you kind of have to. So you do your old jump stuff. And if you're like me, you're going to try to do... Okay. Well, what I was going to say is if you're like me, and you know how to wall jump, you're going to try to wall jump and fail, fall down here to see, oh hey, this wasn't in the original, it's a map room. I'm not going to get it, I won't need it. It reveals the main portion of the map, not the secrets, none of the secrets, but the main portion, which I guess leads to biggest change in the remake, a map. Should have mentioned this before, but meh, I don't care. Map. Nice and useful, it's just like Super Metroid's map. But, secrets that are not listed by... If it's not shown by the map room, it is listed in green. It's how the game differentiates secrets. So, you know, this little alcove up here by the two Chozo statues, that was a secret. Through here's a save room. Oh, and you can tell, so those dots, those are collected items. Where I don't know, I describe them as donuts. Like, you know, donuts and, Timbits, kinda. So you've got your donuts and your Timbits. The Timbits are items you've collected. The donuts are items that the map has marked for you, but you have not yet collected. Go through here. Changes up the way you get to the, upgrades now. Oh, and unlike Metroid 1, I will be doing this 100%, which is why I'm doing this on a New Game Plus equivalent, so that I can more easily keep track of what I have. So, bombs haven't changed at all. Enter Morph Ball, drop bombs. This shows you a nice little tutorial that's how you get bombs. And if you go back here, it gives you missiles. Each missile tank gives you 5 missiles, just like the original. Door locks behind you, but at this point you should figure out, okay, white door. That means that the game wants me to complete an objective in here. Blow this up, find these enemies. You cannot shoot them. You have to blow them up. And then the door opens. Nice and handy. Oh, just a little aside. These enemies right here, they're called zoomers. Do with that as you will. But okay, so you've got bombs, you've got missiles, you've got an energy tank. And a bunch of acid. This is all stuff I expect at this point of the game. It's like, yeah, no, you're right. There's nothing, like, if it weren't for the fact that you can see that I'm going to get stuff that clearly wasn't in the game, you'd say, oh, well, this is just the original Metroid, but, like, better controls and less terrible. But, that enemy, that boss, dropped this. The charge beam. First introduced in Super Metroid, and now back here. Hold B to charge, release to fire. Charge attack, jump with a full charge. It's also sometimes called the pseudo screw attack, or the spin attack, depending. And it's basically just jump into stuff unhindered. So, this, you might remember that this, in the original, is one of the 2 ways to get the Ice Beam. There's one down in Norfair, and one up here in Brinstar. Instead, this Chozo statue will tell you where the Ice Beam is. But I don't need it. That's the neat thing about the Chozo statues. The first one is mandatory. That's it. Hopefully at this point I've hit, the first 2, and I'm hopefully not going to trigger the rest of them. I actually can't remember if I'll end up triggering any more. But I'll tell you where they go. You'll come back in. So, you come back in here. You see these annoying buggers are back. And of course, you're going to be annoyed at that, right? Like, these suck. They suck. They take up time and all that junk. Now, part of me wants to just continue to show why these enemies suck. But instead, I'm just going to show you the good game design, because this is great game design. If you're like me, and when you're going to come in here, and you're going to beat the game eventually, and then start your completionist go, which means you're going to be running back and forth through this section of the map a lot, trying to complete everything. And you're going to be wondering why they seem to always come back. Because they're not all gone. When you kill all 3 and get this missile tank, they will never respawn. And they won't even be in other rooms like this one. Which, here I'll do a nifty little sequence break. You're theoretically supposed to do this with a later item. But I don't like the sound of that. So that's kind of how I'll be doing this. I'm basically going to sequence break as much as possible, but I'm also going to, I'm also going to show you the correct way to do things. And I'll alternate which one I actually do, and which ones I show. So at this point, you're actually able to go get the Varia suit. I'm not going to. I will show you how to get it. This is actually part of the reason why I have this whole toggle thing on, so I can show off that you can get things really early on. So, at this point, you'd think you'd maybe go back to Kraid, but you shouldn't. Just like in the original, you were highly suggested, in fact, in this one, nearly required, like, casual kind of required. If you're a casual gamer, you are basically required to go over to Norfair. Which, if you've explored that, the blue Chozo statue, which, by the way, they're color-coded. Like, the blue Chozo statue is blue because it shows you where the ice beam is. Isn't that neat? I love it. But the ice beam, that Chozo statue, the blue one, will point you to Norfair. But, so, we got on this elevator. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. So, after that nice, sweet little quick cutscene, you're about to head to Norfair. Sweep in here, save room over there. I'm not gonna get the save room. if this recording ends up bad. You jump in through all of these. You find this. Huh. How do I get it? Huh. I guess I can bomb jump. And I guess you can. But don't worry, we'll get it later. Very soon, actually. But you can get it just by bomb jumping. I don't advise doing it unless you're doing a speed run. But you can. Well, sorry about that. No. So you come up this elevator. Sorry, I I'm automatically go into, oh, I'm playing, I gotta be quick, because but no. So, you come into this elevator, and you'll probably head left. And you'll see that, you know, something you can't deal with, and something you can't get up to. Weird block, by the way. So you'll return. And, you know, because it's a Metroid game, you'll explore around, and you'll just kind of shoot things, and eventually you'll shoot out these 2 blocks. And you'll find out where you're supposed to go. Here. And you'll run, and you'll explore. And you'll find this door that you cannot open. Okay. You go back. You might take a dip in the water. I'll take a dip in the water right here, actually. That's right, Metroid's got water physics, and they are weirdly realistic. But, you know, you might uncover, and probably should uncover this. Another free missile tank. So you might be a little intrigued. This doesn't quite look like Brinstar, and we're definitely not in Norfair anymore. Where are we? By the way, you can... That's how you're supposed to do it, but you can do that. So you'll wonder, oh, where are we? Well, here we're in the Chozo Ruins. But... God, sorry, I do that all the time. I'm not showing off good game design. So, right, you'll come here and be like, oh, what is this? Can I bomb it? And you'll see, no, you can't, but you'll open that. Very nice. So you'll come in here, you'll see these blocks again, and then, well, Chozo statue. This must be what I need to break those blocks. And then you'll see this. It matches, right? Look at that. And then if you're paying attention, you'll remark on how similar it looks to beam weapons. So you'll be like, oh, a new beam, awesome. But then you'll get unknown item. Analysis inconclusive. Item incompatible with current suit. Well, I know the Varia suit is later in the game. Do I have to get that? Well, you can't do anything with the beam, but you can now destroy these blocks. And at yourself another missile tank, so, you know, that's pretty decent. You come in here, break that, bomb jump out. You might explore right, hit a wall, but you can just wall jump over if you want to. But you shouldn't. I'm not going to show off much. I don't want to. You'll see it later. But you'll come, jump right up here. Oh, what's through this door? No going back now. Oh, and we fall. I don't see what I can do. Oh. Started with the charge beam. This is Zero Mission's second new item. Like, second item that isn't in the original. And this is entirely new to Metroid. The power grip. This is probably a result of it being in Metroid Fusion's engine. It had wall grabbing. And it does just that. Grab and hang from ledges and corners. Neat. This item is straight up required, along with the Morph Ball and bombs and missiles. This item is just straight up required. Like a hard requirement. It doesn't seem it, but I'll show you what I mean. Oh, and as you can see, you can't quite get up there without either wall jumping or climbing. Pretty neat. Forces you to figure out what it does. So, you can either, 1, wait for this pillar to rise, or 2, wait for this pillar to rise the cool way. But this pillar itself, it's really just a more power grip tutorial. Each platform is the perfect distance away that you need to use the power grip to get up. And it's just that throw. You come over here. You try to show off. And then you show off this neat little speedrunning trick. So, when you have a charge beam and you enter Morph Ball, you will if it's fully charged, you will immediately let go of that charge beam, which can be useful in situations like that. No awkward jumps trying to aim at it. Just there. Now, here, if you've played Super Metroid, is where, but not this game, this is where this will look very familiar. But I'm going to try to show off a trick. It's not really a trick, it's just kind of cool to see. If you run and perfectly time your jump, you will land right on Samus's ship. We are in Criteria, the uppermost region of Zebes. Ain't that neat? Well, you'll see, well, maybe you'll try to go left, you'll see, okay, I can't open this. More of that confusing symbol. You might try some things out, you can't really go that way. So you'll head back. So that's it. So we head back. You're back in this room. Alright, still can't do anything here, but, hey, that nifty speedrunning trick. You can get through there a little faster. Back down to Norfair. And this, you probably guessed it, it's just bomb jumping. You can get it with bomb jumping. I believe this is another missile tank. That's, the charge attacking act. Charge to spin. There's so many different ways it's been referred to, I keep losing track, which is the one for this game. But that's the, pseudo screw attack. Or I guess, that's the spin attacking action. It doesn't one-shot things, it just deals the same amount of damage a charge shot does, which one-shots most things at this point. If you're trying to play fast, and you keep it on you, because you will flip around and just destroy things. So, this is how you get that missile tank nice and easy. We'll go back here and past the save room. So, if you tried going right at first, you'd come to this room. Now, as you can see, you can't quite get up it. You can wall jump from this, and but you can't quite get it. It's really hard to, but you can bomb jump. But they really don't want you to. They really don't want you to. Because this is the only, what I would say, only bullshit, pardon my language, but it really is, brick wall in this game. Because if you were to manage to get all the way past all of this without the power grip, which is really the first part is the only hard part of that, you would find an enemy right here. An unkillable enemy. Well, technically not unkillable, but at this point, it is impossible to get the thing required to kill them. So that kind of sucks. But it makes the power grip required, despite the fact that, well, it's helpful. You don't need it worth it at all. Just damn. Worth a damn. It's not worth a damn. I say and then immediately want it back. We'll get O up here and net another missile tank. At this point, we have like what, 7? Yeah, we have. Oh, just 50. Okay. But you'll come in here, and this is another nifty thing. So we'll check out this room. Not actually, yeah, no, okay. We check out this room. So do some clever platforming. Find that we can't go back. But we find that the blue Chozo statue was indeed pointing to the ice beam. Right where you would normally find it, too. In the original. This beam can freeze enemies in place. You can safely stand on frozen enemies. By the by, hopping into a Chozo statue that's sitting recharges everything. And now, we have an ice beam. You can freeze that guy, or you can just wall jump up instead of standing on him. Save room through there. So what they expect you to do, climb this Ripper ladder. What you can do if you're a show-off is not climb the Ripper ladder. Same thing with this. Oh, you want me to actually jump on the platform? Nah. And this is my favorite one. So I genuinely cannot actually remember what this points to. I think... Oh, no, I know exactly what this points to. I'm not going to say what it is. It's basically telling you, hey, go back to... Go check out Kraid. Is what it's saying. It will point you to the second room that we were ever in the game. It'll point you there and then point you down. And then to the lowest point of Brinstar. But how about no... Well, I don't... Well, I'm not redoing that. I'm not redoing that, all that for... Not for absolutely... For just dumb. But take it from me, you can just bomb jump from... Here, he... Okay, no, he can't. But right on the furthest ledge you can possibly get on his hand, you can just bomb jump on top of him, and because he's actually shorter than he looks, you can just Morph Ball over him. And entirely skip that Chozo statue. Like I said, after the Morph Ball, they are no longer required. Oh, you can use this Ripper ladder, or I guess Ripper bridge, or you can just wall jump. And missile tank there. And this is a neat one. So, that is a forced fall, but this is fun. So, you think, well, normally I'd be able to push on towards Ridley by going down. You can't go down the way you'd expect. You are barred. I'll show you later. But what you can do is... You can make that jump. Come on. You can make that jump. And through here, Ridley awaits. You can go to Lower Norfair. It's really not that hard. But I'll do that later. I want to follow the game. So you'll drop down from here to over here. And you'll check out this room, right? I mean, that seems logical. Oh no, I'm dying. It's marked itself uniquely on the map. I'll remember that for later. Anyways, down here, you try to go down. Yeah, damn, it's that mysterious marker again. Well, you'll have to go back then. Go do what the Chosen statue told you to do. Unless, of course, you decided to sequence break all that and go down to Ridley like I showed you could. But from right here, I think this is a good time, so I'll save, and ladies and gentlemen of the interwebs, I will cut